Australia Day is one of the biggest national celebrations observed in our country. Many people celebrate the day in different ways and for different reasons, while some don't celebrate it at all. So why is Australia Day so significant, and what does it actually commemorate? To understand Australia Day, we need to go back in history and look at what happened in the year 1770, when Captain James Cook and his crew landed at Botany Bay in Australia, after sailing from their home in Great Britain. After arriving, Captain Cook sailed the east coast of Australia and drew the first map of New South Wales to take home to Britain. This would pave the way for further British interest in the country we know today. 18 years later, in 1788, Captain Arthur Phillip and his crew, who were on board the First Fleet, sailed into Port Jackson. The fleet was made up of 11 ships, who travelled from Britain to Australia to start a new British colony. On the 26th of January, Captain Arthur Phillip raised the flag of Great Britain at Sydney Cove, marking the beginning of Australia's first British colony. That is why Australia Day occurs on this date every year, and people celebrate it because it marks the beginning of modern Australia. However, before Captain Cook or Captain Phillip set foot in Australia, a thriving Indigenous population had already occupied the land for more than 60,000 years. Despite this, the First Fleet took possession of the land and declared it property of Britain. This is why many consider celebrating Australia Day on the 26th of January distasteful. Although that day created a new home and country for many people, it also meant the invasion and mistreatment of Indigenous peoples already living in Australia. Rather than a celebration, Australia Day is seen as a day of mourning for the loss of land, language, culture and family that Indigenous Australians have suffered, and which is still felt today. Because of this, many people refer to this day as Invasion Day, Day of Mourning, or Survival Day. Over time, the reason for celebrating Australia Day has changed. Now, Australia Day is often seen as a celebration of the many great things that make up our country: unique landscapes, cultural diversity, shared traditions, and our friendships and families. It's also seen as a day to commemorate our rich Indigenous cultures. What does Australia Day mean to you?